A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. On Sunday morning, while it was still dark, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb, and she saw that the stone had been rolled away from the entrance. She ran to Simon Peter and to Jesus' favourite disciple and said, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb. We don't know where they have put him." Peter and the other disciples started for the tomb. They ran side by side until the other disciple ran faster than Peter and got there first. He bent over and saw the strips of linen cloth lying inside the tomb, but he did not go in. When Simon Peter got there, he went into the tomb and saw the strips of cloth. He also saw the piece of cloth that had been used to cover Jesus' face. It was rolled up and in a place by itself. The disciple who got there first then went into the tomb, and when he saw it, he believed. At that time, Peter and the other disciple did not know that the scriptures said Jesus would rise to new life. The Gospel of the Lord. Isn't that an amazing gospel? And that's the gospel we hear on Easter Sunday morning, the day of the resurrection. We remember Easter for many things, don't we? Eggs, presents, cards, but Jesus' resurrection is what we're talking about here today. And in this story from John's Gospel, who is it that gets to the tomb first? It was Mary, wasn't it? Mary Magdalene who reached the tomb first. But for some reason, she didn't go in. But she did notice one thing. Do you know what that was? That's right. The tomb was empty. And when she raced back to tell her friends about it, who did she run into? Peter, of course, we hear about him, and another disciple who hasn't got a name. The one who Jesus loved, he's known as. And then they had a race to get there first. Peter was a bit older, I think, so the disciple whom Jesus loved got there first. But once again, when he got there, he didn't go in. He just bent down and looked in and saw some pieces of cloth. It was Peter, the ever-brave Peter, who went in and saw that the tomb was empty, and he saw those pieces of cloth sitting there that were wrapped around Jesus and around his face. But they were confused. The tomb was empty, Jesus wasn't there, but still they didn't know what the resurrection was. They didn't understand that Jesus had risen to a new life. Do you understand what the resurrection means?